Hey, welcome to the Songcast.com presentation on Breaky CPK. Going to be your shoutcasting host, and joining me is Hippie of the Honcast staff, and this is the GosuGamers. Well, it's a Honcast daily cast technically, but today we are once again recapping the GosuGamers main events, losers bracket semifinals. A lot of words there, but basically it's a double elimination tournament. This is a losers bracket semifinals, 2 of 6 teams in total that are remaining. You lose here, you're done for the tournament. You win here, you guarantee yourself at least $2,000 with the first to fourth place finish, $3,000 for third, $5,000 for second, and then of course that $10,000 plus hardware for first place. So a lot of money on the line. Everything's on the line here. And we had an excellent first losers bracket semifinals. Now we got this one. Dirty Minds taking on DWI. DWI, you know, they showed lately that they are a team that can compete with recently when they played EG in the Game Replays tournament, and you know, it's been a while since they've been truly active, but they are back and ready to compete as they showed in that matchup. So definitely looking for an impressive game from them. Dirty Minds, same kind of deal. They went on a little bit of a break, but they are back and looking to go in full power. So it's going to be awesome. It should be awesome. It is a best out of 3 series. We have a lot of action. But like I said, I am joined by Hippie of the Honcast staff. How you doing, Hippie?
Doing great. Let me just give a shout out to all you guys in college out there. I know there are plenty of you, and the best way to take a good break from your finals work, from your big final papers, watch some professional Heroes of Newerth. It is always a blast. It's going to be great. It's going to be a nice way for me to chill out right here. So I'm pumped. I'm ready.
Yes, of course. Watching some Dirty Minds versus DWI action. Both the teams, again, they're known as being very, very entertaining teams on top of being very, very good teams. So it is going to be awesome. Looking forward to it. Again, for those of you that are wondering about the EG versus MSI matchup from the winners bracket finals, that still has not been played. Again, we will cover it when it happens. Of course, we wouldn't skip covering that, guys. It still has not been played. It looks like more than likely it will be played next weekend as they had to reschedule it. So, with that said, the bans have gone out, obviously. I believe Myrmidon is auto-banned. Again, this did happen on Sunday, so a couple of days ago, and from my understanding, he is auto-banned. Moraxis should be pickable unless agreed to be banned by the players themselves, and I didn't see anything about them agreeing to ban him. So Moraxis should be valuable, but I believe Myrmidon is 100% permanent banned. With that said, we also do have Bombardier, Dr. Repulsor, Thunderbringer, Witch Slayer, Tundra, and Pharaoh. So now you look at the bans, really nothing questionable whatsoever. They're really, really standard bans. Thunderbringer, again, powerful against or counter tri-lane hero. Witch Slayer, known as one of the best babysit heroes in the game. And then Tundra and Pharaoh. Pharaoh especially, he seems to be almost nearly on permaban status. He really has been. Just the Mummy Wall from the Tormented Soul span to the ultimate. I mean, just so many of it, pretty much, of course, all of his abilities also useful really all throughout the game and for many different reasons. So definitely a ban-worthy hero as we have been seeing lately in the new kind of meta game. But you have any comments to make here on the ban, Tippy?
Nope, completely typical. Nothing at all out of the ordinary. So nope.
Well, I guess that pretty much wraps it up then. But yeah, they are very, very standard band. They really are. So there isn't really much to discuss on them. Obviously, then let's jump into the picks. And a nice little finishing pick right there. I love that pickup, especially in the hands of Sniper Dad 420. For those of you that did watch the Game Replays coverage again over the weekend here on Honcast, you'll remember that DWI versus. Holy crap, it was against Dirty Minds. I just realized that. So it's actually the same matchup. So, Sniper Dad, excuse me. The last time he played Dirty Minds, he had that, 860 gold per minute, something like that, performance. It was absolutely absurd. I'd never seen anything like it. It was the highest gold per minute farm that we have ever seen here on Honcast, I believe. It was just an insane ordeal to watch. And now he has Dark Lady in his hands. If that's to happen on Dark Lady, yeah, good luck, Dirty Minds. We'll see. But of course, Dirty Minds, I'm sure they're keeping that in mind and going to be like, yeah, let's keep an eye on that Sniper Dad 420 guy. But as far as the other pickups, we're also looking at Glacius, Bubble, Soul Stealer, and Behemoth. So it looks like very likely they will be running the tri-lane. Of course, Dark Lady tri-lane with Glacius, Behemoth, Bubbles in the long lane, and then Soul Stealer in middle, of course, being played by Slick. So should be an awesome matchup. Looking forward to it. How do you like the Hellborn team over here, Hippie?
I like it very much. I think they have excellent team fight presence, really great AoE, great carry potential. A little lacking on solid disables, but they have a couple silences, which I like. I'm a huge fan of silences. And the nice thing is going to be the synergy between all their big team fight spells, because the Dark Lady ultimate will naturally make everyone want to clump up. The Bubbles ultimate will keep them there. The Soul Stealer and the Behemoth and the Glacius ultimates will just kill them if they're clumped up. But at the same time, if you spread out because of the Dark Lady ultimate, which will probably hit at least 4 out of 5 members of your team if it's a decent-sized team fight, then Dark Lady just picks you off one by one as you get disabled, because nobody can help you, nobody can support you, there's no stuns coming out from your team. So that's going to be some really fantastic synergy in team fights, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's something we bring up all the time whenever we happen to see a Dark Lady. Her ultimate, although visually, in terms of spectators, it is, obviously, it's hard to tell from our point of view. Yes, they're the purple, whatever, the purple circles go by their head. So, yeah, we can tell in that aspect, but we can't tell, because unless we switch right away to the Legion's team vision, what they're really, really going through. But anyone that's played against Dark Lady, you know how it works. All your vision around you is just completely blinded. You just can see a very small circle around you, and it really, like you said, kind of scatters you. It makes you just go like, what the hell's going on? I have absolutely no clue. And yeah, there are times where you may be more clumped up than you want to be, especially against this Hellborn team. I mean, you look at their lineup, and AoE is going to be the name of the game for them, like you stated. Bubbles, Soul Stealer, Behemoth right there. Hell, even Glacius will join the party, I'm sure. And you're talking about a crap ton of AoE damage. And then that's the great thing about this team. They got a great team fight presence with that, but come later game, they still got arguably, honestly, I don't think you even can argue. They have the better later game as well, especially with that Dark Lady. We've seen her time and time again just take over the game as soon as she gets that Rune Axe Shrunken Head combination. And so Sniper at 420 again with the Mage Bane performance, 800 plus gold per minute the last time they played Dirty Minds recently. I'm sure, and again, this was actually just a day before, so yeah, it's fresh in their mind. It's going to be interesting to see how it works out, basically. With that said, the Legion team, as you know what, let's go ahead and fast forward through this pause real quickly, and then we'll do a sync up. Might as well do that now.
I'm sitting at 8:35 just after the pause.
Okay. Again, yes, of course, this is game 1, guys. Oh, too fast. All right, it's 32. Okay, let me get there. All right, let's do a countdown. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. 36, 37, 38.
Good.
All right. Oh, yeah, by the way, our Honcast side has finally gone down. It will start redirecting straight to the fileplay.net/channels/Honcast. That's basically going to be our new website. We actually finally got an article section as well up on the new channel. So the new channel is going to be our new website pretty much, at least for this time. So it should start redirecting, but until it does, again, obviously just go to fileplay.net, and of course you can find us in there. And that's why I also said add us to Facebook or Twitter, and you can get updates on there as well. So yeah, that's a quick update on that. As far as this match itself, once again, so now the Legion team, we are looking at Wretched Hag, Chipper, Magnus, Flint Beastwood, and Hellbringer. So more of an interesting lineup here on the side of Dirty Minds, choosing to go a Chipper middle, excuse me. I mean, he definitely is a very powerful solo hero. He can do quite well against the Soul Stealer, especially with that attack animation and spam bull rockets that are oh so annoying to deal with. And of course, the focus buffer, which we have seen a lot lately, be picked up. I mean, we've seen a lot of chippers lately just completely pass up the oil spill ability, and go straight for the focus buffer. And with him playing a solo, at least what may look like to be solo, although Magnus is coming, so we could very likely actually see a 2-2-1 style lane. And in fact, that actually makes a little bit more sense. So, but yeah, still he's going to get decent levels, and getting early, even level 2, level 3 focus buff, you're going to be absorbing 300, 450 damage. And yeah, that's going to be quite a bit. So, there's something to keep in mind always with the Chipper hero. As far as the rest of the Legion team, though, of course they're going to rely on Flint Beastwood in terms of carry. Early game potential between Chipper and Wretched Hag, that's ultimately what you got to figure it's going to have to come down to. Wretched Hag, though, he's not in the greatest situation, of course, starting off at least 1 versus 2 right now. He's going to have a struggle, you would think so, in terms of getting farmed, so it might be a problem. But yeah, Legion team over here, how do you like them, maybe?
I think they definitely have a lot of good AoE and teamfight presence. They don't quite have the abilities that I think the Dark Lady ultimate is going to be what really separates the two teams, because like I said, it's going to force the one team to clump up, which is going to make their AoE that much more effective. However, I prefer Hellbringer as a non-blink initiator to Bubbles. Well, Bubbles is perfectly good at it. It's nothing really trumps Malphus for that. I gotta say, especially with the Wretched Hag, not necessarily gonna get much farm, not necessarily gonna get many levels with Dark Lady hitting every deny up here. It is nice that she's gonna get some experience, but we do see they know where she is. They're eating into the trees. They're gonna put some pressure on her up here, and as we get further in, she's not going to have the farm to go around ganking. She's not going to be able to deal with this Dark Lady, and Dark Lady's going to outcarry Flint Beastwood so hard it's not even funny.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing about the Hellborn team as well. They have Dark Lady and everything, but even Soul Stealer, as long as he has a somewhat decent game, he's going to be able to put out a good amount, and he's going to be able to do quite a bit himself. So, yeah, no doubt this Hellborn team, when it comes to later game, I mean, in so many aspects of this game, they have the advantages. We do see them finally initiate on Wretched Hag right there. They knew she was there for a while, but waiting for another level up from Dark Lady, I guess, before they actually wanted to go in. But, yeah, you see her blink away immediately, and so, yeah, her farm's really going to struggle, but that's what I was going to go back to. If anything, the only true potential that Dirty Minds has here is an early game potential. They need to win this game early to mid game, or honestly, they're just not going to have a chance. And it starts with Wretched Hag, honestly, but unfortunately, like we keep going back to, her farm is basically going to be nothing. I mean, she's still sitting on 0 creep kill. She's literally not even caring about the farm. She's just trying to stay nearby in the jungle, blanking into the woods, and trying to get any experience possible. I mean, the experience isn't bad with that said. She happens to hit just at level 3s, but, when you're on par with a 1 vs 2 lane, that's a solo against a 2, yeah, that's not too good in the same token. So, definitely not off to a great start, and that truly is going to hurt Dirty Minds. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, though, we do have Flint Beast with pressuring Pulse right here. Takeovers used with a dot on him. It's going to be enough, though. Bloodlust kill coming out right there for Arrow playing Flint Beastwood. And so finally, 3 minutes into the game, we do see the Bloodlust kill. So again, although very few positive signs, Arrow down here on Flint Beastwood is getting a very strong early farm. But you compare that to Dark Lady, you compare that even to a Soul Stealer, again, it's I still see advantage for DWI, so it really is going to be a struggling game, honestly, for Dirty Minds here.
Yeah, definitely. I think they got outpicked, and at the very least, their lanes don't stand up. Even if they come out even in team fights, which is possible, it depends on the initiation on either side. Although the Hellborn, I believe, I think if the Hellborn gets initiated on, they have a better chance. Because I think if the Hellborn team initiates, the Legion team is pretty much all around screwed, especially if the Dark Lady ultimate comes out fast enough. Whereas the Hellborn team can kind of recover with the silence in the kelp field, and the Dark Lady ultimate if they don't get insta-pop. And the lanes are just, when you've got a Dark Lady free farming against a Flint as your only carry, because Flint can stand up to Soul Stealer if he gets even farm. I don't really know which one would win. Soul Stealer, if Flint manages to get even farm with Soul Stealer, he's doing something very right, so he'd probably win. But at the same time, like I said, he can't stand up to a Dark Lady, and like you mentioned, he definitely can't stand up to a Dark Lady and a Soul Stealer at the same time. So they have to do something right now, or they're going to be at a horrible, horrible disadvantage within 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing with Flint as well, but by the way, Bubbles once again gets initiated on the dot. Second round, can he use a takeover in time? Will it be enough? Yes, it will. So he has now level 2 takeover, so lasting long enough right there to absorb the final dot damage. Well, would have been his death. So Bubbles, though, he is having a very scary time. So it's something. Ooh, the flare almost hitting him right there once again, but Kiwi Kid just gets out of range to dodge it right there. But yeah, so Bubbles, he is struggling himself too. I mean, that's obviously not debatable. Flint Beastwood is getting a very free farm, and going back to that, in fact, we do have action though in the middle lane. Behemoth taking a lot of pressure right here. Chipper trying to finish him off, attacking uphill though. There's one miss. The rocket comes out, not enough for the finish though. Down to 22 life. Soldier there with the double demon and not enough for the kill himself. He gets Chipper down to about 50 life, but Chipper using a health potion right away, trying to go back in. Not going to happen though. And Magnus also falling back. So wow, despite all that action there in the middle lane, 3 players getting really low in life, but none of them actually going down. So we're still sitting on a 1-0 hero kill advantage in favor of of Dirty Minds. So, again, you look back at that. Of course, good news for them. But, yeah, I mean, going back to the whole Soul Stealer versus Flint Beastwood, yeah, no doubt, Flint Beastwood, he is going to have the stronger farm. I mean, right now, 32-14 compared to a 22-5, obviously, for the situation, it makes a lot of sense why that is happening. But, yeah, I mean, again, just overall team aspect, though, of this Hellborn team, you just have to love their makeup. They got so much potential between team fights and late game. Glacius, ooh, that's unfortunate. He's trying to do some pulling right there, and in the meantime gets purged by one of the creeps and ends up taking quite a bit of damage. But, hey, that's Glacius for you. At least he's doing his job of pulling the creep waves, making sure they're getting stacked for eventually when Dark Lily gets that Runed Axe, just combos right on top with the Dark Blades and, of course, Recharging Strike's ability, and then just wipes out the wave. So, yeah, Dark Lily, as expected, 40-26 creep score, the top farm in the game right now. Wretched Hag, she's still sitting on 0 creep kills, as we did miss Bubbles going down right there once again. Again, just that dot damage and flare, just too much for Bubbles to handle. Anytime he gets nearby, that damage comes up, and he just tries his best to get away. Now I missed action on the top line, missing action all over the place. I apologize, but Wretched Hag also goes down there as they chose to initiate onto her, knowing that she was in the jungle right here. So right now, a 2-1 hero kill advantage in favor of Dirty Minds, but the first hero kill coming up for DWI right there, and in the hands of Dark Lady.
Yeah, it was actually a really nice little just setup right there. They knew where she was, obviously, but they ate trees at the same time. Dark Lady did a real quick silence so Glacius could get off the freeze and kill the Hag before she could blink out. But I can't agree with this decision to just keep sending the Hag alone top. Not only are you destroying the Hag, who should be the centerpiece of your team in this game, she has to be the centerpiece of your team because you need the early game ganks. You need to kick them in the nuts while they're still weak. That's what Hag does. She kicks the other team in the nuts repeatedly. If she's not doing it, she's doing something wrong. And if she can't do it, you laned poorly.
She just got ripped up once again right there. I mean, that just shows you how under-leveled and under-farmed she is. I mean, the fact that a Dark Lady with only an Iron Shield and a couple of minor totems can initiate on her with her Dark Blades activated, and also with obviously the assistance from Glacius, and just tear through her, it definitely is a bad sign for Dirty Minds.
Yeah, and especially, like I was saying, just because they need that Hag to be active, and she's not active, and Dark Lady doesn't have anything to worry about, because no one else on the map is active. They're sitting there trying to lane against Soul Stealer, and, well, Flint tries to farm against Bubble, and nothing's happening. And they're letting Dark Lady farm. Dark Lady is massively out-farming everyone. And she's going to keep out-farming everyone, and she's just going to win the game.
Oh, Chipper does get the kill on Behemoth just before he went down, but Behemoth was able to help finish off Chipper as well. Chipper and Magnus went in thinking that they had every right to initiate there and were going to be in too much trouble, but they did not see Glacius there as well. He came in, he put the freeze on, he put the Tundra Blast out, and kind of caught them off guard. And in the end, it's a 1-for-1 exchange, and, well, Behemoth, he'll take that. He's definitely knows that he is going to die throughout this game, and, hell, he got the kill on Chipper, who is, again, the mid-hero that going back to the whole early game strategy. They need him to get off to a great start, and he himself, he really isn't doing all that great. He's still level 6, only a 19-8 creep score. Compare that to Soul Stealer, nowhere nearby. So yeah, the laning phase, I mean, in the end, I think it's safe to say Dirty Minds, they really did get outpicked here quite a bit. We're seeing that from the laning phase, and again, going back to all the aspects of the game. They try to initiate down here on a Flint Beastwood. Behemoth coming out with a fissure stun. No, not enough of a block, though, and Bubbles decided not to follow up with his Shell Surf. In fact, doesn't even have his Song of the Sea, but we do have action at the top lane. Chipper coming in with the ultimate, trying to finish off Dark Lady, and yes, they will. Great assistance right there from Chipper. It looked like they were chasing Wretched Hag, but Chipper caught them off guard. Rockets coming out. Will it be enough to finish off Glacius right here? One rocket. Where's another rocket? Can he hit it? No, he tries to aim it, but the creep wave is there, and Glacius will survive. Wretched Hag thought about maybe diving in, but definitely thinking about it twice and decides to fall back. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, it looked like there was a kill as well, once again onto Bubble. So, despite not the greatest activity from this Legion team in terms of movement, especially from players like Wretched Hag and Chipper, they do have the hero kill advantage. They are winning 5-3 in hero kills now 10 minutes into the game. So, obviously, as long as they can keep that going, if they can have the hero kill advantage, they might have something in this game. But it is going to be tough. Let's go ahead and fast forward this pause once again. Looks like it may be a little bit long. Okay, there we go. Just get to 1956 right after the pause. Literally
ready.
right after it. Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. 57, 58, 59.
Good. And yeah,
All right.
I'm happy they got some motion on and got a kill on that Dark Lady. But one isn't enough. They have to get more. I hope they keep going, because I've seen too many games and too many teams, just period, any team, where they gank the carry once or twice and they say, okay, we're good, and then they go back to just trying to farm their carry. And especially with Dark Lady, you can't let up for an instant. If you give her time to get that Runed Axe, she'll just disappear into the jungle, and 10 minutes later, she's got twice the gear of anyone else in the game. It's brutal. So, while I like what they're doing, they have to keep it up. That's definitely the route they have to go. I mean, they do have to worry somewhat about the Soul Stealer, but if the Flint Beastwood is currently getting a stronger farm than the Soul Stealer, and, oh no, he was getting a stronger farm. Oh, he is getting a higher gold per minute farm, even if it's not quite the same creep farm, with those 3 hero kills. So yeah, they can farm against the Soul Stealer if they just keep killing the Dark Lady. That's the issue here.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it really goes back to, it is great and all that they did get that kill on Dark Lady, no doubt. That's definitely a start in the right direction, but, you know, with the crazy farm that he's had, even after that death, you know, he resurrects, comes right back, and as we see right now, in fact, he's free farming the lane. There's absolutely no one up here to stop him, so you got to make sure you're constantly pressuring him. It can't just be a one-hit wonder of, oh, we killed him, now we can go back to doing what else we were doing. I mean, he's had unstoppable farm throughout this game. You can't think killing him once like that is going to do a whole lot. Once again, I did miss action in the middle lane. I do apologize, guys. I'm still, yeah, anyways. Soul Stealer did go down. As we see the jump there from the Legion team, they used a couple of ultimates, as we see Wretched Dag and Chipper both deciding to use ultimates right there and dropping Soul Stealer, so well played, but, you know, as the game still goes on, Dark Lady is still getting that free farm. Flint Beastwood is getting his free farm at the bottom lane in the meantime. In fact, you look at his items, currently a Steam Boot and a Ring of the Teacher on him to go with that power supply. My mouse is really flipping out of me right now. It's kind of like clicking all over the place. Anyways, but then you look at Dark Lady's items. Again, she has a Sustainer, and, of course, going for that early Runed Axe. And, in fact, let me switch to her real quickly. She is brown. Let's look at the stash real quickly. Oh, nothing in the stash, but she does have 1,600 gold saved up, so obviously we'll have that shortly enough. Oh, a miss done right there from Magmus, trying to go on to Behemoth, but completely missed him, and now Magmus in a lot of trouble. Bubbles is going to pour it in, actually choosing to use the ultimate, probably a little bit of overkill right there, but wanted to make sure they got it, and, well, that they did. Now they put the chase on the Chipper. Chipper using the ultimate, not going to be enough to scare them off. He goes down. A great fidget stun right there from Waffle, my gods, and Slicks ends up picking up a double tap kill. Yeah, that didn't work out too well for the Legion team. And now a push coming here in the middle lane from the Hellborn side. Wretched Dag is here to defend, but she does not have her ultimate. She's very underfarmed. You can't expect her to do all too much, but it does look like the Hellborn team, actually, they're going to fall back again. They're in no rush to finish this game, like Dirty Minds may be. They have no problem sitting back, of course. They want to sit back. In fact, they want to make sure Dark Lady buys enough time to get her crazy farm that she needs. And, well, now with 2,000 plus gold saved up, she will, again, have that Runed Axe shortly. I believe she needs 2,600 gold in total for both of the swords. So we'll have it shortly, and then that's where, of course, we'll start to see her farm just really jump up.
Yeah. I don't know what Dirty Minds was really thinking. They kind of just, like, especially Fluxy playing Magmus, I don't know why he kind of just dove in behind a Behemoth stun onto just a Behemoth onto the tower. That's just
well,
not
look at his build as well. Sorry to cut you off, but I mean, he chose not to. He's actually went 2 points in stats and stayed away from Steam Bath. It's honestly not too often we see that.
I don't mind it. I would like at least 1 point in Steam Bath. It depends on the lane, really. If they have AoE stuns, as they did, I believe he was in middle against that Behemoth Soul Stealer. So, with an AoE stun, Steam Bath becomes less useful, simply because they can just fire the AoE into the middle of it, stun you out of it, and you die anyways. And even if they don't have the stun, Soul Stealer can just double Demon Hand right on top of you if you're trying to hide in it. So, I don't really take that much of an issue with it. I would have liked 1 point just for clutch escapes, maybe in other lanes. But at the same time, I can see why he didn't take it. What I would like to see is Chipper and Magmus moving kind of as a gank squad here, and popping Soul Stealer and Dark Lady whenever they get the chance. because a good setup Magma Stun followed by Chipper Tar with some rockets, and it's just going to destroy.
Well, right there, what else is going to destroy is a double damage rune activated Soul Steer takes him out. Malphus, comes out from Hellbringer, but I don't even know if it actually hit anyone. Maybe it did, but it definitely was a little bit later. But the dot goes on Soul Steer. Uh-oh, he might be in some trouble here. No, he's not going to be in trouble. He actually uses the bottle charges, and the dot did not do enough damage right there. Wretched Hag, in the meantime, diving on a Bubbles here at the bottom tower. He will be fine, though. Doesn't even need to port, in fact, but the bottom tower is taking some damage. So after that kill on Shipper, it looks like those players, at least Behemoth, is coming to help assist this bottom lane. The vulnerability is used. Are they going to be able to at least deny this? Out comes the Fidget trying to distract them. Will it be enough? Oh no, Bat Blast comes out, and Air actually steals a tower kill, as well as Wretched Hag getting the kill on QQ right there, and the money shot to finish off Glacius. Can they finish off Behemoth as well? Of course they can. K picks up a double tap right there, and wow, sloppy play pretty much from DWI, you gotta say. But also just great reaction, though, from Dirty Minds. Excellent use of that Bat Blast ultimate. Caught them off guard. They were not expecting that at all. And it ends up being a 3-for-0 exchange for the Hellborn team. So, again, hero kill advantage is in favor of Dirty Minds, despite all the slack and whatnot we've been giving them. But their team makeup and the landing phase and everything, they are up 9-6 in hero kills, 16 minutes into the game. Flint Beastwood has already finished his Firebrand, and you got to figure he's going for an early Geometer's Bane, of course. So, will no doubt be a very effective pickup. But at the same time, it's kind of dangerous because we are dealing with the Hellborn team that, again, we go back to their AoE synergy, especially early to mid-game. It's going to be a lot of magic damage coming out. And obviously, without something like a Shrunken Head early on, or even tanky style items, such as maybe going for the Frostburn first, or just going for Icebrand first, and then eventually the Frostburn for the Life Edition, that can be risky. So we'll see how it works out for Flint Beastwood. But right now, he's still sitting at under 1,000 life. He's talking about a couple of AoEs from this Hellborn team. He will be going down, so there's always something to keep in mind as well, despite his great farm and, going the item choice, always something to keep in the back of your mind and going up against this Hellborn team.
Yeah, I kind of like against more burst AoE teams to try and get the Blessed Orb first when I'm going for a Geometer's Bane, because the plus 10 strength is just fantastic. But at the same time, he's not actually getting pressured that heavily. He's just been farming safely, and I think he feels safe with his slightly lower hit points just for a bit. He'll use the Firebrand to help him farm faster and get up to that Geometer's Bane, because they do need him to be putting out some damage in team fights as much as he desperately needs that Shrunken Head. If Flint doesn't get active early, they need him to be active early. He can't sit there farming against this team.
Oh, Glacius is going to get caught right here with the Magma Stab. Not going to be enough for the kill, though. Soul Stealer jumps in with the ultimate right on top of Wretched Hag. The freeze comes out, and they will get the kill on Wretched Hag. Great snipe right there from the Hellborn team. And great surviving, though, by Glacius. Somehow getting away right there. Slicks, though, comes up with the kill. He's an ultimate warrior right now. And a four-player push right here. It's Dark Lady, you see her come in. She's finished her Ghost Marchers, of course, to go with that Rune Dax that she's had for a little bit now. Defensive Tower dropping. It will go down. Will they be able to deny it now is the question. In comes the Legion team. Going to try to make the pressure. They get the tower denied, jump on a Soul Stealer. It's not going to be enough burst damage. Those Dark Lady came in, and she just absolutely cut through Magnus right there. He just got annihilated the second she jumped on him. And 2 players down just like that. So at least they denied the tower, but at what cost right there? Rockets are going to come flying out, really only hitting 1 player. And both him and Flint Beastwood are just going to fall back. As once again, the Hellborn team falls back. Again, they are in no hurry to push this game. They got the tower kill. Sure, it was denied. At least they got a tower down. And now just fall back and have Dark Lady once again sit in the jungle. Maybe work towards that Rune Dax, which, again, is the typical Dark Lady build. Shrunken Head. Rune Dax into a Shrunken Head. We'll see, though. Maybe with her crazy farm, she's feeling really confident and choosing to go more of a pure DPS-style item. We'll have to wait and see what she decides to do. She's heading towards the Ancients right now, which are triple stack, so yeah.
Against this team.
Well, yeah, Shrunken Head, yeah, that's true.
There's no way she's not going to get a Shrunken Head against this team. But, I mean, she got like a 14-minute Rune Dax, which is disgusting. I mean, you usually aim for about 20 minutes is optimal. Anything faster is very, very nice. More than 5 minutes faster is superb. Like, that's absolutely fantastic farm. She's taking some risks against these Bretasaurs, though. That's always risky because of the evasion they have, and I've seen some deaths to neutrals in pro games. It happens. It's funny when it does.
It is. By the way, Flint Peacewood decided to go for the Frostburn, so he did go for the might as well get some life in there as well style build again, going back to just a lot of damage coming out from the Sophomore team, and he's got an idea of how fast Dark Lady can tear through some of his opponents already. You might as well get that added survivability, as well, of course, the nice slow effect. I mean, it does provide something useful in that sense, and it is the typical build for Flint Beastwood. Eventually, of course, into the Geometer's Bane, Frosted Skull. We see them go many different ways, like you see from the early Blessed Orb to the early just Icebrand to Frostburn to just early Geometer's Bane. We even see a Frostful Skull first. So, yeah, no matter how you get there, that's eventually what it turns out to be normally on a Flint Beastwood. But in this case, he is going the first Frostburn route. Right now, Legion team kind of grouping up here in the middle lane. 4 players in total. Hellbringer sitting in the back. I guess that pretty much tells you that they're trying to bait them. And then Hellbringer will, of course, launch his ultimate out as soon as they jump in and try to counter on top of them. Chipper, by the way, he does have his level 2 focus buffer, so he also has a couple levels in his Tartos right there. They get the stun on a Behemoth right here. Out comes the ultimate. The rockets come out. Ultimate used by Behemoth, actually. He gets the finish stun off as well, so he was able to do a bit of damage before he went down, but kind of a panic ultimate right there from Behemoth, and that's a long cooldown, 150 seconds, so they will not have that until, for a long time, obviously. Bubbles ultimate, though, catching 3 heroes. The Legion team falling back by here goes Dark Lady, but the Hellbringer ultimate, great Hellbringer ultimate. Bat Blast on top, Money Shot going out, Dark Lady gets disintegrated, Wretched Egg jumps back in, Sonar Screen going out, Money Shot on Soul Stealer, yes, going to be enough for the kill, and here we have Bubbles trying to get away, not going to be enough, though. 4 players dead just like that. Wow, sloppy play from DWI right there. Horrible initiation on their part. They did not follow up nicely whatsoever. They were really scattered right there. And as we were talking about, yeah, Shrunken Head, after we saw that especially, definitely a valuable item on a Dark Lady. She really needs to get that before she can look to go strong in those team fights. But what a play by Dirty Minds. Great comeback fight right there. They're going to take out the secondary tower. They now have a 4-1 tower kill lead. Well, this game definitely may not be as over as making it out to be, honestly. Wretched Ag, her farm has recovered nicely. She's now up to 231 gold per minute. She's level 12, which, other than Soul Stealer, is the highest level in the game. So, Dirty Minds, they're making things happen here.
Yeah, definitely. That was a fantastic team fight. They capitalized on bad positioning from DWI and played it perfectly right. Got 4 kills out of it, including one on Dark Lady, which is really, really vital. So, yeah, I mean, if they can keep that up, if they keep the pressure on, and getting these tower kills is what they need to do, because like we've been talking about, they need to end it early. So they're doing what they have to do. The problem is that they're under time pressure. So if DWI if they stop overextending themselves and start just turtling up, they'll be in a much better position. Behemoth is a fantastic turtle hero, and they of course have the ultimate turtle hero in Bubbles. So there's just really not... the pressure that Dirty Minds is under is actually fairly severe, and I'm not sure that they're thinking about it, because Flint's kind of falling back and doing a little passive farming when I think they should be pressuring that top tower.
Yeah, again, if they're going to sit back and play the farm game, obviously DWI will hands down win that. I mean, obviously we focus on Darkling and Soul Stealer, but even heroes like Behemoth, if he can get that portal key, if they're going to let him sit back and get that portal key, that's just another thing that the Legion team will really, really have to worry about. And, well, that's the only thing that's, in a sense kind of hurting the DWI right now. They don't have the Behemoth initiation, the effective Behemoth initiation. Until they get that, they won't be at their full power, of course, and they will not be able to combo that true synergy that they can really pull off. And the Shrunken Head on Dark Lady, which we also talked about, but she did go Whispering Helm. I do apologize if you mentioned that, but
I didn't actually. I meant to, but aside from having the lifesteal, which is just fantastic on Dark Lady because of her huge early game damage, and I think she's one of the best heroes in the game for Symbol of Rage, because 2 shots and you're back to full health.
Oh yeah.
But she's been using it to full effect. She's got a Vagabond leader. She already killed an extra triple stacked Ancient Camp. She's stacking them every single time they spawn. So that's Sniper Dad 420. You mentioned I missed that game with the 860 gold per minute. I didn't realize anyone had broken Buska's record, but that's pretty damn impressive, and I can see why he managed to do it. he's just playing this perfectly. He's showing he knows how to play the farm game.
Here we go right here. Dark Lady jumps in. There's that Soul Stealer ultimate. That's more of the coordination we're looking for. Soul Stealer putting the damage to the Flint Beastwood. It's not going to be enough, though. Bat Blast comes out, but hitting absolutely nobody as a result of the take cover and the shrunken head right there. Behemoth Fidget's not going to go out. Soul Stealer jumps and he dies. He doesn't care. Bubble's going to port in as well. The Soul Stealer taking some tower damage, trying to nuke down this Wretched Hag. One more nuke will do it. He does not have enough, though. Wretched Hag using that power supply. She is still alive in the jungle. This tower, however, will be going down, and in fact, there it goes. So great job right there. Again, that's the initiation we're really looking for from this Hellborn team. Soul Stealer really wants to finish off K right here in Wretched Hag, but as you can see, that just isn't going to happen as he's already back in the base, and now Soul Stealer going to try to find his way out of this jungle right here as he's right-clicking into the lane, and there we go. Finally makes it out, but a good jump right there from the Hellborn team. That was without a Behemoth portal key, who, by the way, especially after that fight, is now up to 1,500 gold saved up, so he is starting to look really good. Dark Lady, she now has 3,200 gold saved up, so again, will we see the Shrunken Head next pick up? I gotta figure, I really do. I mean, in this case, especially now with that lifesteal, she will be just unstoppable, honestly, especially at this point in the game, only 25.5 minutes in or so. But yeah, we will have to wait and see how they decide to go about that. But the Legion team doing what they really have to do, honestly. They're keeping the pressure on. They're now pushing this top tower right away once again, and they're making the Hellborn team react to them.
And Dark Lady soloing Kongor with a double damage rune.
Oh, dear God. Chain stuns suck, but she is doing quite a bit of damage when she can do damage. She keeps on getting stunned, though, unfortunately. Yeah. It should be a free kill, though. Here comes Soul Stealer as well. So, yeah, they're going to be able to kill Kongor. Legion team, oh, they all port down there. They know what's going on. Oh, this could be deadly. Dark Lady is fairly low on, no, she's life-stealing now. But here we go. Chipper jumping in. The Behemoth ultimate on top, though. Chipper dropping really fast. Chipper will go down. Here comes Soul Stealer as well. Dark Lady ports in, tearing through Hellbringer just like that. Dark Lady dropping about half life, but Soul Stealer jumps in. The ultimate going off, trying to do as much damage as possible. Dark Lady ends up going down there, however, but she resurrects as they did kill Kongor. She got the token of life, takes out Magnus, now chasing this Flint Beast. So where's the Tainzel? There it is. Geometer's being used, however. Can Dark Lady get the chase? Porting with the charging strikes. Will it be enough? Yes, it will. The Soul Stealer nuke down with the Demon Hands. They get the kill. Quad kill as a team right there for DWI. And that's definitely a momentum changer back in the favor once again of DWI. And after that, I would be really worried if I was Dirty Minds here. Again, they did at least get Dark Lady killed, so the token of life was used throughout that fight. But still very, very dangerous for them. As Dark Lady, who needs to be careful there, ports in as soon as a couple of Homecoming Stone ports are coming in.
She's got her Shrunken Head coming, and 1,000 gold to boot. So she's in a good position.
Oh, she just picked it up right before that Storm Spirit went off. She activates it as soon as she hits the ground. Tears through Chipper right there. 3 players dead. Hellbringer, you are next in line, buddy. You are not getting away from this despite your unholy shackles. Ooh, Dark Lady turns around. Fade to Black coming into play, but no, not going to be enough as Kiwi Kid snipes the kill right there. And here comes the tower push. So this is where DWI does start to get out of hand. You got to figure the Dark Lady, she's just getting too powerful. She finished that Shrunken Head, as you mentioned, and now she already has just about another 2,000. In fact, yeah, 2,200 gold saved up right now after that tower kill. The last 2 or 3 team fights have easily been won by DWI. It's just not going to be good for Dirty Minds. No portal key still on Magnus. In fact, well, as right as they say that, he just picked it up, but yeah, still just not enough.
Waffle Magaz has his portal key.
Yeah, and again, that was done all without the portal key on Behemoth. Now that he has that, it's just, it's difficult.
Yeah, they're taking more and more of an advantage. The tower kills that they've been getting in return have really helped farm up the supports on the team. Sniper Dad just playing the farm game. He knows what he's doing. We could see that here. You saw that before against Dirty Minds, and they know he knows what he's doing. So it still bothers me they didn't pressure him as much earlier. But at this point, I'm not sure that's the issue. I think at this point it's just too much team fight power coming out from the Hellborn team, especially now with that blink. I wonder what Dark Lady's gonna buy next.
Yeah, I mean, well,
I like Rift Shards.
Yeah,
but I'm also crazy.
Yeah, she has many options is what I was going to say. I mean, the way she's farming, she's unstoppable right now. She can literally go for any item she wants in the game. She has another 3,600 gold already saved up. So you did say Symbol of Rage. It is a very big item. But at this point, she's not looking for survivability. She's looking for damage. And so, yeah, you got to figure something like, Rift Shard, Savage Mace. We'll have to wait and see what she decides to go for. But whatever it is, she's going to just do even more damage, which is just also scary for the Legion team. Again, this is only Game 1, guys. It is a best out of 3 series, as we did have a pickoff up here. Bubbles and Souls to there take out Hellbringer, who I take it was trying to ward, or at least do some counter-warding or something, but unfortunately cost him his life. Wretched Ag, again, the farm is showing. She had to get a Storm Spirit early on with her regen items. Magnus initiates on Bubbles right here, but bam, it jumps in with the ultimate as well as a Soul Stealer ultimate, and that's what I'm talking about. Just those 2 heroes alone comboed down 3 heroes, and now Dark Lady puts the ultimate actually on Magnus. Magnus trying to run away right here, as Dark Lady Ultimate was used actually in the beginning of that. Magnus is trying to avoid death, sitting in the forest, hoping that he escapes. He has a Homecoming Stone as well as a Portal Key, but still just kind of chilling in there. This could, I don't know what's going on. They're playing a little bit of Ring Around the Rosie, maybe trying to catch him off guard. Oh, but no, Magnus is going to get out of there as they decided not to walk through that pass. So at least he will survive, but as I talked about, we did see the Behemoth Soul Stealer combination coming out, just tearing through those 3 heroes. And that's just with those 2. Now you've thrown a Dark Lady who still is just farming by the 5,200 gold saved up. God, jeez. I mean, it's just Snapper at 420. I've been, there's rumors that he's another player. People are saying that he's Eternal Envy. And that would make sense because obviously he did play for DWI and he's not on the roster anymore, and this is his new name maybe. I don't know who it truly is, but whoever it is, yeah. Raiko even has also been a name thrown out, so whoever it is, though, he's an awesome farmer, and this is now back-to-back games now we've casted of them where he's really showing it off.
Yeah. He definitely knows what's up. No one can disagree on that. And like you were mentioning, just with a couple of these really powerful AoE spells they have, they can take out almost anyone. We see Chipper getting absolutely annihilated in the middle lane, right there. That's Dark Lady, and I just saw about 4 recipes go off, so I think he bought a Rift Shards 4. So maybe I called it.
Yeah. Oh, Soul Stealer gets the ultimate off just before he goes down. Magnus gets taken out as a result. The Fidget Center also helping, but Wretched Egg able to finish off Soul Stealer at least. And they also did take out Flint Beast to it as well in the background. Dark Lady, she does have items being delivered to her, and in fact, it is a level 4 Rift Shard. 4. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and call this game, honestly. I think it's going to be over. As soon as I see those Rift Shards, I really think they're going to be like, yeah, let's go ahead and give up and go on to Game 2, guys. I don't think we're going to win this. That's pretty much where it's at.
Well, they didn't keep down the Dark Lady, and then the synergy from the rest of the team, once they started counter-pushing and getting the support farmed, especially the Blink on Behemoth, there's nothing they can do now. They got outpicked. I mean, simple as that. And massively outlaned, too.
Who needs a Nullfire Blade when you can 2-shot Malphus? Yeah, they're dead. Alright, well, genocide ends up happening there for the Hellborn team. And in fact, we do see GG's come out. A concede vote comes out, and there we go. So, DWI are victorious here in Game 1. Again, the best of the 3 series. So, Dirty Minds, by all means, still in it. We'll be going on to Game 2. Game 2 here. And you definitely... That's back-to-back games now, let alone not only that we've seen DWI, but against the same team here in Dirty Minds. Both, again, it was a Game Replays tournament the day before, and now in this tournament, the GosuGamers event here in the Lucius Bracket semifinals, Sniper at 420, they just let him, frankly, just get amazing farm. Yeah, if you're Dirty Minds, you need to look something like a counter-trialing strategy, or you just need to have a very aggressive gang strategy that focuses on getting him taken out, because this is back-to-back games now where his farm alone has just completely destroyed you. So it's going to be a fun game, too. I mean, I'm really curious to see the bans and picks and see how that goes, and we'll see what happens as a result of that game. But Game 1 finished. Once again, I was Breaking CPK, your shoutcasting host. Joining me was Hippie of the Honcast staff, and as always, stay tuned Honcast.com for much more coverage, which, again, I want to reiterate on that. Honcast.com, it is now officially down. It will start, hopefully it'll start redirecting you to our fileplay.net/channel/Honcast. That is going to be our official new website for now. There we do have a news section up there as well, so we're going to get that going, and the schedule's on there. So pretty much everything from the old site is on the channel site as well. So definitely look for that. As far as this cast, again, we'll be coming back with Game 2, so stay tuned for that. We'll be right back.